Before we get started, Tracy, are you set and can you hear me?
I am set and can hear you.
Great, wonderful. All right, I'd like to call to order proceeding number 25C-0350-INS. I am Kelly Rosenberg, the administrative law judge assigned to this proceeding. This is a commission standing show cause insurance hearing set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. And at this time, I'd like to take appearances, starting and maybe ending with staff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Justin Larson with the Colorado Department of Law here on behalf of trial staff. And with me, as always, is staff witness Marquita Riley.
Good afternoon. Thank you. It doesn't look like we have any respondents. And so if any respondents do show up, I will sort of give the advisements and things of that nature, and we'll deal with it then. But since it's just us, why don't you just go ahead and proceed with your case?
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff calls Marquita Riley.
Great. Ms. Riley, do you mind raising your right hand? And do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Great to see you as always. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
What's your job title with the commission?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
Can you describe your role in today's proceeding?
Yes, I review the commission records and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Do the commission's rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility?
Yes.
And can you just tell us which rules?
Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
What exactly needs to be provided in order to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, motor carriers must electronically file forms. An example be a Form E as evidence of financial responsibility.
And how long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is if it's not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
What's the next step when the commission receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I then use the commission's Operate database to compile a list of motor carriers that we've received advance notice of cancellation.
Thank you. Now, before I get into the exhibits, can you just summarize like whether the exhibits for today's hearing were provided to the respondents and how that was done?
Yes, I created a list of the permit numbers and the certificate numbers with the email list that we have in the Operate system. I emailed the list and the exhibits over to the AG's office. The AG's office pre-filed the exhibits and emailed the respondents of the exhibits as well.
Thank you. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 1? Thank you. Can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
Could you describe this document?
Yes, this is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Did you prepare this list?
I did.
When did you prepare it?
On August 25th, 2025.
And is that date reflected on the bottom right-hand corner of the document there?
Yes.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in Exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like Exhibit 1 as part of the commission's business record?
Yes.
Move to admit Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Thank you. Now, Ms. Riley, based on this list that we see up here, what action did the commission take?
The commission then sent the letter to each respondent.
And can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 2? And what are these documents, Ms. Riley?
Yes, these are copies of the letter sent to the respondent on today's updated list.
What does the information in the letters tell the respondents, just in summary?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires, unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondents that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On August 25th, 2025.
Is the commission's practice to create letters like these in the regular course of its business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like this as part of its business record?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 2, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
yes. Per Rule 6006 requires that motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
Were the notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes,
And how did the commission serve the letters?
through first-class postal mail.
Thank you. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 3? And can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the attachment that was sent along with the notice letters. This attachment contains information on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On August 25th, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents whenever it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now let's turn to what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 4. Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
yes. This is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachments sent to the respondents.
Did the commission create the certificate in the regular course of its business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this as part of the commission's business record?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 4.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, looking at this document, the language on the certificate says, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote. Below that, it says, quote, see hearing cycle listing, end quote. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing we saw in Exhibit 1?
yes,
And just to revisit hearing Exhibit 2, we don't need to pull it up, but that's the notice letter. That letter informs respondents about what happens if they can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. So if the commission does receive evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens then?
then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
And did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes,
Can we please pull up what's been previously marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 5? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
yes, this is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Did you create this list the same way as you described for hearing Exhibit 1?
Yes, I did.
And when was it created?
On September 8th, 2025.
And again, that date is reflected on the bottom right-hand corner there.
Yes, that's correct.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing as part of its business record?
yes,
Move to admit Exhibit 5, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, did staff send a letter to all the motor carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
yes,
And do the addresses listed in hearing Exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in hearing Exhibit 2?
yes,
when is the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of any of the carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning, September 10th, 2025.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in here in Exhibit 5? And if so, can you say which ones?
Yes, we do have one dismissal. That is for Springs Black Car LLC, PUC number LL-04041. Insurance was updated for that respondent.
And were there any letters returned to the commission?
We don't have any return mail at this time.
Thank you. And we can take that exhibit down. Just a few concluding questions. Ms. Riley, when does the decision that's made after today's hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final commission decision?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
What is staff's recommendation for today?
Staff recommends that the certificate or permit numbers listed on here in Exhibit number 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for Springs Black Car LLC.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Nothing further. And if there are no other questions, staff rests.
Thank you. I did have one question. Can we pull up Exhibit 4 again? And my question is, when were these documents sent? Did it say August 28th? So were these sent on the 28th of August?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, no, I'm sorry. Everything
Sure.
was sent on the 25th. My apologies.
They were sent on the 25th?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I mean, I just wanted to make sure the dates were right in the
Yes.
decision.
My apologies about that date.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a problem. And that was the only question I have for you.
Okay.
So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And staff, did you have any follow-up questions based off that?
No, Your Honor, and thank you for catching that. I apologize.
Oh yeah, no, not a problem. Well, it looks like we don't have any respondents that showed up. So thank you everyone for your time. I will note as well that it looks like this cycle we had quite a few people come into compliance between the time Exhibit 1 was sent and the time Exhibit 5 was generated. So that was pretty promising when I took a look at it. So those letters work. But that is all I have. And what I'll do is I'll take this under advisement and I will issue a written decision in the next week or so. Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Your Honor.